All right, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Whatever time it is, wherever in the world it is that you are. Welcome once more to another live stream of AlexandraMayers Live, page by page reading and commentary of the modern English version of the Bible. I'm doing today's live stream a little bit differently than I normally do because the service that I normally use to live stream through seems to be having some technical difficulties. So today is a day that we are going to do our Bible reading through OBS, which is probably what I should have done from the start when it comes to this series when I really think about it. So just give me a moment because I do want to make sure that the audio is coming through, okay? Okay, the audio seems to be okay. So today we're going to get into the book of Numbers, chapter 28. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Command the children of Israel, and say to them, My offering, my bread for my sacrifices, made by fire, as a pleasing aroma to me, you will guard to offer to me at their time. You will say to them, This is the fire offering which you will bring near the Lord: 2 male lambs in their first year, without blemish, day by day, as a regular burnt offering. The one lamb you will offer in the morning, and the other lamb you will offer at evening, and 1/10 of an ephah of flour as a grain offering, mingled with 1/4 of a hin of beating oil. It is a regular burnt offering, which was ordained at Mount Sinai as a pleasing aroma, a sacrifice made by fire to the Lord. It's a drink offering, and the drink offering will be 1/4 of a hin for one lamb. In a holy place, you will pour the strong wine to the Lord as a drink offering. The other lamb you will offer at evening, as the morning grain offering, and its drink offering, you will offer it as an offering made by fire, a pleasing aroma to the Lord. And I'll tell you, it really is interesting um, that, at least in the modern English version of the Bible, when it comes to some of these offerings, the phrase a pleasing aroma to the Lord is specifically injected in there because at this time the Lord definitely had the right menu for a very delicious barbecue for himself on quite the frequent basis. Because I'll tell you, barbecued lamb, some of the grains that they mention, it's a tasty sort of offering that the people of Israel routinely do have to send over to the Lord. I've consistently thought that was interesting in the Bible. All right, so let's continue with Sabbath offerings. On the Sabbath day, 2 lambs in their first year without blemish, and 2/10 of an ephah of flour as a grain offering mixed with oil, and its drink offering. This is the burnt offering of every Sabbath, in addition to the regular burnt offering and its drink offering. Now we're going to look at monthly offerings. At the beginning of your months, you will offer a burnt offering to the Lord: 2 young bulls, 1 ram, 7 lambs in their first year without blemish, 3/10 of an ephah of flour as a grain offering mixed with oil for one bull, and 2/10 of an ephah of flour as a grain offering mixed with oil for 1 ram, and 1/10 of an ephah of flour mixed with oil as a grain offering for one lamb as a burnt offering of a pleasing aroma, a sacrifice made by fire to the Lord. Their drink offerings will be 1/2 of a hin of wine for a bull, and 1/3 of a hin for a ram, and 1/4 of a hin for a lamb. This is the burnt offering of each month throughout the months of the year. Also, 1 male goat as a sin offering to the Lord shall be offered, besides the regular burnt offering and its drink offering. And something else I wanted to note is that the people of this time didn't tend to eat a lot of birds. And I'll tell you, in my regular diet, my daily diet, simply because I love keeping birds as pets, though I don't have any right now, I've decided that I'm a hypocrite to consistently eat chicken, turkey, anything along those lines. So I've decided to just cut all fowl, all birds out of my diet going forward. There's actually someone who I'm about to do a live stream on who's majorly cleaned up his diet, and he has to do so for reasons pertaining to his superficial health. But I was just thinking about what he's going through, and I was thinking about how fortunate I am. But I was also thinking, I need to really think more about what I'm eating. So I'm pretty much going to start sticking with the biblical diet going forward for the rest of my life, because I did manage to cut cigarettes out of my life as of February 1st, and I don't imbibe so much alcohol anymore. So I might as well keep going. But anyway, let's keep going. Passover offerings. And if you want to read about this more in depth, you can always go to Exodus 12:14 through 12:20, Leviticus 23:4 through 23:8, and Deuteronomy 16:1 through 16:8. On the 14th day of the first month is the Passover of the Lord. On the 15th day of this month is the feast. Unleavened bread will be eaten for 7 days. On the first day there will be a holy convocation. You will not do any ordinary work, but you will offer a sacrifice made by fire as a burnt offering to the Lord, 2 young bulls and 1 ram, and 7 lambs in their first year. Be sure they are without blemish, and their grain offering will be of flour mixed with oil. 3/10 of an ephah you will offer for a bull, and 2/10 of an ephah for a ram. 1/10 of an ephah will be for each of the 7 lambs, and 1 goat as a sin offering to make an atonement for you. You will offer these in addition to the burnt offering in the morning, which is for a regular burnt offering. The same way you will offer daily throughout the 7 days the food of the sacrifice made by fire as a pleasing aroma to the Lord. It will be offered in addition to the regular burnt offering and its drink offering. And on the 7th day, you will have a holy assembly. You will not do any ordinary work. All right, now we're going to go into offerings at the Feast of Weeks. And on the day of the first fruits, when you bring a new grain offering to the Lord at your Feast of Weeks, you will have a holy assembly. You will do no ordinary work, but you will offer the burnt offering as a pleasing aroma to the Lord, 2 young bulls, 1 ram, and 7 lambs in their first year, and their grain offering of flour mixed with oil, 3/10 of an ephah for 1 bull, 2/10 of an ephah for 1 ram, 1/10 of an ephah for each of the 7 lambs, and 1 goat to make an atonement for you. Make sure they are without blemish. You will offer them with their drink offerings beside the regular burnt offering and its grain offering. So that's it for today. I'll try to do a reading tomorrow for the book of Numbers chapter 29. It gets into the offerings at the Feast of Trumpets, offerings on the Day of Atonement, offerings at the Feast of Tabernacles. Quite a bit. Quite a bit. So hopefully this live stream came through okay. Again, I'm not used to doing it via this method. Hopefully the old method will return to us tomorrow. If it doesn't, that's okay. There's always other options. Again, I'm AlexandraMayers. Thank you for listening today to my page-by-page reading and commentary of the Modern English version of the Bible. Bye-bye.